It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hey, we're live. It's Friday. Thank goodness, right? It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope you're doing well. It's Friday. It's 5:36 a.m. Here we talk about Agile and Scrum in a practical and tactical way to help you get home to your family and friends, to grow your business, value to the customers, do it hopefully with less stress or help you just de-stress a little bit and have some fun along the way. Today we are going to do the fortune cookie today. Fortune cookie Friday, yay! And lots of stuff going on, and just sharing some items that we have. And two things I'm going to talk about today. And one of them is a coaching conversation. I think I mentioned it earlier. I had a bunch of Agile Scrum Masters, and we were talking about different things and tools and using Jira. And I really don't want to make this a Jira show. I could make a million episodes of just Jira alone. Maybe we'll do side episodes or a side care of stuff about Jira and how to do that. But just I'm going to talk about a couple things there and probably touch on a few things that we touched in the past and just kind of repeat. Might be a little repeat of it. Just different way of looking at it. And also looking around, so one of my new connections is a fitness coach. And I did share his post from today on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum LinkedIn page. And it was a really interesting one. It was about being fit and making fit choices. And I thought it really played into what we do with Agile Transformations and helping teams transform and people to transform. So we'll talk about that a little bit today. So the first thing I just want to talk about was part of my Agile discussion with the Scrum Masters. And what we were doing is they were looking at Jira as a tool, and they were looking at the portfolio section and how they want to use the tool to calculate things, and people were asking questions. And just one of the first things of these tools, and I saw some other posts about using tools as just a tool, and I agree. You got to understand where you want to go and how you want to get there and how the tool helps you get there. Don't let the tool run your life, especially when people are using the tool incorrectly and misinterpreting what the tool is telling you or not really understanding how to use it. And what happens a lot of times, people start down some path and really don't understand how it's being done, and they get themselves into a hole. For example, so we're in a discussion, and I'm going to pull out the little whiteboard. Got the little whiteboard, right? The whiteboard. And I think I mentioned this before with sprint planning, estimating, right? We talked about estimating. And I had drawn a target, right? Right. And I usually use like epics on the outside or features, however you want to call them. And we use t-shirt sizing, extra large, large. Actually, I don't know why they all came up with that, but it's just so people have an idea. It's that we don't want you to put numbers to things, right? Some people do. My organization, they went right to the numbers. Medium, whatever, right? So the outside is a very broad sizing of your estimate. Then the next level was story pointing. So you would do your 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, so on, right? So that's your next level of fine tuning your estimates. And then the final one was at your task level and your hours, right? What people were doing, but also what you're looking to achieve. So they go these numbers and play this number game, this tool game. And some groups, really bad, jump from here to here because in their waterfall managerial utilization mentality, they want to make sure that people are 100% utilized, right? They want that 100% utilization, right? Well, that's a dangerous path. Because if your goal is that and they start shifting people around from job to job, so they may not be 100% productive, but they're 100% utilized. So, ooh, that's a good one. So if I were to, lost my little thing there. If I were to take this, so we drew up this task, right? And just going real quick back to it. These hours help you adjust, and we'll hit that off that. Okay. So because you're 100% utilized does not mean 100% productive. Because I can be utilized. This one. 100% does not mean 100% productive. The reason being is that I can be 100% utilized, but I'm changing from project to project so much, I'm not very productive, right? I'm just filling time in and I'm not really getting anywhere. And the whole idea behind the sprint planning, when I talk about from hours, and they were having this discussion, they were like, oh, we're going to need the hours. I'm like, the whole idea is getting stuff done in the sprint. The point estimates get you into an idea so that you can estimate a couple sprints, maybe a month or two ahead, how much capacity wise, point wise that you have. When you get into the sprint planning, and then you take, okay, here's the stories we think we do. Let's task these stories out. Let's give us some hour estimates on how long it would do. Then based on that hour estimates, you can look on the capacity from a time perspective, a utilization perspective of your team. Does the hours, because sometimes when you really start decomposing some of these stories, it turns out there's a lot more hours associated with doing some things are less hours, right? For example, you may be doing an easy task that's a low pointed one because it's not very complex, but it's going to take a few hours, a lot of hours to do it. So maybe double the hours of something else that's smaller. Those hours help you decide whether or not you need to get rid of a story off your backlog so you can be done in the sprint, or maybe you can make the challenge, hey, we're way down in hours based on when we really started looking at this. Can we add a story into the sprint with more points, right? So that's how you do it. You weigh those two factors. The hours in the final day of sprint planning help you decide whether or not you have too much work going into the sprint. It's not a question of my being fully utilized. And then you can make a call. Is it good enough and how you want to do that? So we were having that discussion, but the problem was their management staff was jumping from t-shirt sizing to, we need to plan the entire hourly capacity for the entire year. Who knows what they're on vacation? 4 months, 5 months, 6 months out, right? And we need to know by hour how many hours. That's useless asking questions. it's it doesn't give you any value. Sorry. Just do use broadening. But anyway, so that was a discussion we had. And what was this going on is that they didn't understand because the portfolio section was giving them some hours, like hour utilization. It's just supposed to help give you a guide. It's not supposed to be really down to the accounting perspective of your hour utilization. And they need to go back and have that conversation about stories and how much work they can really do. But they were jumping so far, so deep, so fast that they were losing sight on the whole idea of getting things done and being done in a sprint. So that was one of our conversations. And that may have been a little repeat of something before, but I do like the 100% utilization does not necessarily equal 100% productivity. We should frame that, put that everywhere, right? So the other thing I want to talk to, because we are doing Fortune Cookie Friday, and our goal was to be within 15 minutes for these shows, so it doesn't take a lot of time. The blog post was about getting fit and making thousands of healthy decisions throughout the day. And I was laughing, I was visualizing the whole thing of Agile transformation, automation. I don't know how many times a day I had those same conversations with managers and team leads and testers about automation, about being agile, thinking agile the way you do, getting things done every day. Is this going to get done? Is this something too big? These thousands of little healthy decisions go, and they always try to do the healthy radar. How you doing? But how are you doing along the way in your transformation? And it just made me think, it's like automation. Okay. Am I taking the easy way and doing a manual test? Or do I doing the smart, healthy way and automating the test? Where am I going to reuse it? Maybe one time you check it out. Okay, I checked it out one time. Okay, automate the heck out of it. Take it worked, it verified, it did a manual test. Automate it right away. You know, get that going. Do you eat the bagel, or do you eat the healthy breakfast with some fruit or something like that? Right. So those thousands of healthy decisions to be a healthy lifestyle. Same thing goes for Agile. Every day it becomes a healthy, Agile choice on how you want to take on what you want to do. Everything from automating tasks to, are these things too large? Invest principle. We talked about negotiable the other day. Are we following invest? Is it meet what we want to do? Is it have our definition done? Are we at the point where we can drop code every day? How do we get there? And I love this. I love his comment about the future self, future healthy self. Give your future healthy self a break. So many managers say, well, I don't have time to automate. I got to get this stuff out. And it says, and so my future self will automate this test 5 sprints from now. Wrong. It ain't going to happen. It's just like eating healthy or being healthy. It's the same exact principle. That's why you shared it. It's the same exact principle in transformation agile. Your future agile self, your future transformed self, your future automated self, give them a break, as he would say. Get it now. Do it now. That's the best way of getting there. Automate now. Do healthy, agile-like decisions now. Break stuff down now. Don't do it away. Like we talked about the other day in PI planning. They had a bunch of features. A lot of them are small. Had a couple long, giant features, right? And I'm like, now the time in PI planning where you had everybody, all the people in the room, break that feature down. Get it done now. Don't wait until you're in the middle of PI and decide that, yeah, we're not going to get this done. It's too big, and we don't know what we're doing, and we're going to kill our testers, and they're going to want to shoot us, right? Don't get it then. Do it now. Make the decision, the healthy choice. This does not look good. Everybody asked me for details. Like I was telling someone the other day, every dashboard I make is I can make decisions and know what I got to do the next 30 seconds. When I look at my dashboards, within 30 seconds, I know where I got to go. The big obvious one in the room was that giant feature is not an agile feature. It needs to be broken down. Boom. It's what I want to work on first, free up some space. And we are going to talk about that tomorrow because I had a real good coaching session last night. Pretty late. That's why I'm late. But it's 13:57. So we're going to do Fortune Cookie Friday. Yay! Right? So we're going to do this now because, again, I'm going to make it 15 minutes. It gives me 1 minute to do this. A TikTok video length, right? 1 minute. So we got the fortune cookie. Boom. Let's see what the fortune cookie says and how it applies to Agile. So, and I can go into a healthy thing because it really spawns some ideas on me. All right. I always get a good laugh out of this. It's so funny. You got to bow to the fortune cookie, right? Here it says, don't just think, act. Seriously. I got to do this. Can I say this? So it says, do. So people don't think, I mean, this is like magic, right? So the fortune cookie knows all and tells us what to do and has the guidance. Don't just think, act. Just like we talked about. Just don't vision your healthy self or your agile self in the future. Give your future persona a break. Do it now. Don't think about how to do automated tools. Don't just think about how do I negotiate. Don't think, how do I break this stuff? Break it down now. Do it now. Make the healthy choice now in your agile transformation. Don't just think about it. And that's kind of what how I coach too, by the way. You need to act a little bit. And it's not a draconian act. It's not like I'm telling you what to do. You just do it. You will figure out, I need to do this. I need to automate because I'm stressing the heck out of myself. I'm not getting stuff done. I'm staying too late. Everything's manual testing. I'm never going to get there. Well, then start. Act. Don't think. Don't think of what Agile can be. Start doing what Agile can be. So with that, we're going to hang up. We're going to end the show. Happy Scrumming. Happy Friday. Enjoy. Ring the little bell. And make sure you get notice of stuff coming along. And with that, have an awesome Friday. See you tomorrow, Saturday. Tomorrow I get to work in a coffee shop, do my old line order prep cook thing that I did 32 years ago. It'll be fun. And you all have a great day. Bye. And let's end this and say goodbye.